You want to run around with insane speed, nearly capped movement speed, dash through your enemies and still play your favorite Lightning Storm spell and melting every monster with it, with the Werwolf human hybrid Lightning Storm Druid. You can clear T100 Vaults in under 3 minutes if you get used to the playstyle, and if you have the perfect gear, you can speed farm every corner in the game. You're a bit weaker on bosses like Uber Duriel, but this build was built to speed farm the vaults and it had the Gauntlet to get a high place. How this build works now: we're gonna get a high movement speed bonus thanks to our Ghostwalkers aspect onto our amulet, and we teleport from monster to monster with our shred, and so we're gonna get the best of both worlds. We'll get all the shapeshifter and movement speed bonus from Werwolf, and we also have our helmet slot for Harlequin's Crest. You can even outplay the suppressor mobs because you just simply teleport to them with your shred and then melt them with your Lightning Storm. And thanks to our Symbiotic aspect and Nature's Fury, you will have the Ghostwalkers buff up most of the time, and thanks to the Tibaults will or Pet and Energize, you also won't have any spirit problems. And we constantly try to get our Lightning Storm to 3 or 4 size at the beginning of the dungeon. After you reach your desired size of your Lightning Storm stacks, just constantly press your Lightning Storm to activate your Symbiotic aspect. Also, you can cast Ravens if the enemy are nearby. This showcase was recorded on my second monitor because of YouTube recording, so you can get an even faster times if you play with your general setup. My best time with this build was at about 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Hey guys, what's up? Angrentv with another Diablo 4 Druid build guide, and after the introduction why you should definitely choose the Lightning Storm Shred Druid, what did we have for our gear? And for the helm I got the Gutless gun. I still think the Harlequin's Crest is better because we're gonna have the 4 all ranks for Lightning Storm, which is I think around 22 multiplicative bonus. This here is 60%, but only for 4 seconds every 12 seconds. Yeah, we're gonna root and pull our enemies together, and it is gonna be a huge damage spike, but we're gonna try to go as fast as possible, so we need more constant damage. So I still think Harlequin's Crest will be better, but I will try this out. And for armor, this also stayed the same since Lightning Storm. Just go for the Juggernauts aspect because we're gonna have such huge armor and the total armor, so we're gonna be kept in an enemy area with around 14k armor, which is equivalent to a T100 dungeon. Also gonna take maximum life and 2 damage reduction sources on here. And for our gloves, once again, as heavy grabs, I managed so many times, really good. Just take them, they will mostly double your damage. And for next part, Tibaults will, as I said, this is really mandatory for this build as it is a speed build and you really need this. If you don't have Tibaults will, just use my normal endgame Lightning Storm without the shred. So, and for our boots, this also stayed same, the Symbiotic aspect, and we're gonna go here with movement speed 2 rest nodes so we can max our rest. And I got willpower on here, but I think we're gonna want movement speed after we killed an elite, because we have around 180% movement speed, and with another movement speed after we killed an enemy we could reach the 200% movement speed. And for the next one, our weapon, try to take X for the damage healthy implicit. Also try to max out your Shepherd's aspect, as this will give you a huge boost at around 180% core skill damage. Also take this exact fixes damage to close enemies, damage to distant enemies, willpower and all such. This will give you the most benefits. And now this is the huge change. This is the first huge change I made to my normal Lightning Storm build. I went with the Ghostwalkers aspect here because we're gonna get 38% movement speed, and also we can move through our enemies as long as we're unstoppable, and because of our other bulwark we are most gonna be unstoppable all the time, so this is really huge. Also go for movement speed, grants of envenom passive, speed cost reduction only if you need it, otherwise cooldown reduction and willpower. So for our rings, I did take the aspect of the Stampede, so we get additional 3 companions for more core skill damage. And for the other part, I got the Lightning Dances aspect. Many content creators say that this aspect is really bad and you shouldn't take it. I'm still trying it out because I still think that when I switch on my Lightning Dancer, my clear speed for my IAE and the mini mobs, the white mobs, are significantly less because of my electrocution cleave. I'm still testing this out. Now I also will update you. If you don't want to take the Lightning Dancer, just go for the aspect of the retaliation. And also for our stats, go for critical strike chance, damage to close enemies, damage to distant enemies, and lucky chance. We're gonna have enough maximum life through our helmet, especially if you're gonna take the Harlequin's Crest. And for our gem slot, take the rubies onto your armor slots, the sapphire onto your weapon, or the amethyst for vulnerable critical strike damage, and for your amulet and ring slots, just try to get your max res. And for our spirit boons, we're gonna take the Variness for reduced damage to elites. For our deer, we're gonna take Scythe Talents for more critical strike chance, and even Wrath for the multiplicative critical strike damage. And for Wolf, we're gonna take Energize. For the snake, go for the Overlord for more lightning damage. For our skill tree, and this is the first big change, I went with the Claw just to get 2 our core skills, and then 5 points into Lightning Storm, 1 point into Raging Lightning Storm, and I did take the Shred and the Primal Shred. It is only for our teleporting aspects, so we can quickly dash to our next enemy and just one tap them with our Lightning Storm. Also went for 3 points into Predatory Instinct for my critical strike chance, as we have this up most of the time because we are in close range, and also the Digitate Gate for more movement speed for Werewolf. I didn't take Wild Impulse because it is currently bugged. For our defensive skills, I did take Earthen Bulwark 1 point, and also the Preserving Earthen Bulwark for Unstoppable and nice fortify gains, 1 point into Ancestral Fortitude, as also 3 points into Vigilance. For companion skills, I did take 1 point to Poison Creep, also take 1 point to Wolves, and 1 point to Ravens, and also 1 point to Brutal Ravens, so you get additional 2 Ravens and additional 40% core skill damage. And also you're gonna take Nature's Reach, so you get more increased damage. Distant enemies, so you're gonna get more damage for your Thunderstruck, and this was also the reason we gonna scale our damage to distant and damage to close enemies on our gear with the Thunderstruck, because you're gonna get more multiplicative damage as more damage to distant and damage to close enemies to scale. For Wrath skills, we're gonna go 1 point to Elemental Exposure, 1 point to Charged Atmosphere, 3 point into Electric Shock, so we're gonna immobilize our enemies. For our Godslash Crown, and also 2 points into Bad Omen, this will cast a Lightning Bolt that will get enhanced by Electrocution. I still try to get 3 points in here, but I still have to figure it out. And also 1 point to Neurotoxin, and we did take 1 point to Toxic Loss now, because we are always gonna dash to our enemies with Shred, and because there's a high chance we're also gonna crit, we're gonna poison the enemies. This is also really nice, and also take the 3 points into Envenom for more critical strike damage. For ultimate skills, go for 3 points into Defiance for more elite damage, 1 point into a Sack of Life for some nice life back, and 3 points into Resonance, so we're gonna get always 18% more damage, because we always constantly casting Earth and Storm skills in between. And I also take Quick Shift 1 point and 3 point to Heightened Senses for more damage reduction, and also 1 point to Natural Fortitude, so we're always gonna fortify us when we're gonna switch our form. Because of our Shred, we always gonna switch our form, and maybe I will try out if I can take less points to the Heightened Senses and take more points to Quick Shift. For the last part, take Nature's Fury, as it will give our interaction with our Bulwark. For our Senechal construct, take the Tempest, as it will give you the most uptime of your damage, and also take the Breaking support for a nice vulnerable enemies, Poison support, so it can poison enemies, but I still have to figure it out if the poison from our Shred or from our Poison Creeper is enough. So you could drop this for the Aeronite Stone and also resource support. You can also try to play without this, but you have to really play this on an efficient note. For our utility skill, go for Flash of Adrenaline, Genesis for more effectiveness, duration, so the spell will get enhanced duration, and tactical support, so cooldown will be reduced and it will give you 50% multiplicative damage. And for Paragon Board, and I did take some changes in here since my last Lightning Storm guide. This stayed mostly the same with the Electrocution Cleave, and also the Order of the Nodes here, and this also exactly the same with the Fulminate Cliff and the Consecrating Tendrils nodes. And so I went with the Thunderstruck board up here, so I will get more of my rare nodes, because I need fewer int and dex nodes. So I did take the Territorial Cleave, so we get more damage to close enemies. We will enhance our Thunderstruck passive even more, and also the other nice bonuses. And for our next board, I did take the Ancestral Guidance for more damage after we spend Spirit, and also get here core skill damage, and gonna get the Keeper Glyph for more rare nodes and also more elemental damage. For the second last part, I did take the Human Cleave in the Anya Beast, and also we gonna go our route here way down. We'll take the Tenacity for maximum life, and for our last part, we're gonna get the Heightened Malice with our Spirit Cleave and some nice damage to poison rejection and damage reduction from poison enemies nodes. For the consumables, take the elixir that will increase your critical strike chance, and for your instances, go for Chorus of 4 or the Redman Bus so you will get more maximum life. And some additional notes. As I said earlier, many content creators despise the Lightning Dancers aspect, but I still think it will gonna be good for the Gauntlet. I still have to test it out and also try to get your damage closer and damage this enemies high, and also you're gonna have to get used to the playstyle because it is really different. It is not any longer from far away with your Lightning Storm. Instead, you're gonna teleport to your enemies with Shred and then kill your enemies with Lightning Storm. You have to play better because you can die from more effect, but you will be ultimately even more faster because you can constantly switch and teleport through your enemies. So I hope I could show you a really nice guide, and it is still in the early stages, but I will enhance this even further and I will try push this as a normal player into the Gauntlet and provide you this guide so you maybe can compete with all the tryhards and the content creators of Diablo 4. So also write down in the comments below if you have any further questions, or maybe if you have some improvements or what builds you're gonna play for the Gauntlet. And if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe because it would boost my channel tremendously and you will never miss any Druid and Diablo 4 content in the future. Until the next video, bye.